Have you ever wondered what truly makes older women radiate joy and fulfillment even as the years go by? As a man who has spent decades observing life's beauty and challenges, I've seen firsthand how women like you, strong, wise, and resilient, can unlock happiness through simple daily habits. Happiness isn't about big achievements or perfect days. It's in the small, meaningful moments, a heartfelt laugh, a walk in the sunshine, or even a quiet moment of gratitude. These habits have transformed lives, and today I'm here to share 12 of them with you. Practical, empowering ways to embrace your golden years with joy and purpose. While you're here, let me know where you're watching from by commenting your city. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more advice tailored just for you. Let's begin with a habit that sets the tone for every day, starting with gratitude. 1. Start the day with gratitude. As a woman who has spent decades nurturing others, working hard, and overcoming life's challenges, you've earned the right to wake up each morning and savor the gift of a new day. That's why starting your day with gratitude is one of the most powerful habits you can embrace. It's a simple act, but for women like you, it can transform how you experience life. Every morning, before my feet touch the floor, I take a moment to pause and think about 3 things I'm grateful for. These aren't always big things. Sometimes it's the softness of my pillow, the smell of coffee brewing, or the first rays of sunlight peeking through the curtains. I've learned that focusing on these small, beautiful moments sets the tone for my entire day. I remember a dear friend of mine, a remarkable woman in her late 70s, who once shared how gratitude changed her perspective on aging. She told me that instead of dwelling on what she couldn't do anymore, she started appreciating the simple pleasures, the laughter of her grandchildren, the satisfaction of tending to her garden, and the quiet joy of a favorite book. She said it gave her a sense of peace she hadn't felt in years. As women in your golden years, you have so much to be proud of. The wisdom you've gained, the love you've given, and the strength you've shown through life's storms. Gratitude is your way of honoring that journey. It's a reminder that even on the toughest days, there's beauty to be found. When you begin each morning with gratitude, it's like planting a seed of positivity that grows throughout the day. So tomorrow, before you start worrying about tasks or aches and pains, take a moment to reflect on what brings you joy. Let gratitude remind you of the extraordinary woman you are and all the reasons to cherish the life you've built. 2. Prioritize laughter and joy. If gratitude is the foundation for a good day, then laughter and joy are the glue that hold it all together. One thing I've learned over the years is that life feels lighter, no matter your age, when you find reasons to laugh. And believe me, it's worth seeking out those moments of joy every single day. I remember a time when my wife and I were trying to bake a cake together. She followed the recipe perfectly, but I, being the helpful assistant, grabbed the salt instead of sugar. When we took that first bite, our faces twisted into the same look of disbelief, and we both burst out laughing. That moment wasn't about the cake at all. It was about us sharing something silly, something imperfect, something real. And even now, we laugh every time we think about it. As women in your golden years, you've faced more challenges than many can imagine. Life may not have always been easy, but you've endured, and that resilience is something to be proud of. Yet, in the midst of it all, don't forget to make space for joy. It doesn't have to be anything grand, a lighthearted movie, a funny memory, or even laughing at yourself when things go a little off track. The beauty of laughter is how it pulls you into the present moment. When you're laughing, you're not worrying about tomorrow or regretting yesterday. You're just here, feeling alive and connected to the joy around you. Laughter isn't just good for your soul, it's good for your health too. It lowers stress, boosts your mood, and even strengthens your relationships. So I encourage you to look for those moments that make you smile or chuckle. Share a joke with a friend, watch a comedy, or let yourself be silly now and then. Life may not always be perfect, but with a little laughter, it can always be beautiful. 3. Connect with someone every day. Gratitude and laughter are powerful, but nothing compares to the joy of connection. As women who have spent years building relationships, whether as mothers, daughters, sisters, or friends, you know how deeply meaningful those bonds can be. That's why making an effort to connect with someone every day is one of the most important habits you can cultivate. I'll never forget a moment that changed how I view connection. It was a quiet afternoon, and I decided to call an old friend I hadn't spoken to in years. She answered with surprise and delight, and we ended up talking for hours, reminiscing about our youth and catching up on life's changes. By the end of that call, I felt lighter, happier, and more connected than I had in weeks. All it took was a simple phone call, yet the impact was profound for both of us. For women in your golden years, staying connected can feel like a challenge, especially when loved ones move away or life becomes quieter. But those connections, no matter how small, are a lifeline. Whether it's a call to your children, a quick chat with a neighbor, or even just sharing a kind word with the cashier at the store, these moments remind you that you're part of something larger than yourself. Human connection brings comfort, joy, and a sense of belonging. It's easy to let days slip by without reaching out, especially when we get busy or feel uncertain about who to call. But I encourage you to make it a priority. You'll be amazed at how a simple conversation can brighten your mood, spark laughter, or even inspire gratitude. So, don't hesitate to pick up the phone or knock on a neighbor's door. Your life is full of stories, wisdom, and kindness to share, and there are people who would love to hear from you. A little connection each day can transform not only your life, but theirs too. 4. Keep the body moving. As important as it is to nurture your heart and mind with connection and gratitude, don't forget about the gift of movement. I've seen how easy it can be, especially as we grow older, to slow down and let the body rest more than it should. But here's the truth. Staying active is one of the best ways to care for yourself and enjoy a vibrant, fulfilling life. I learned this lesson from a remarkable woman I knew named Margaret. She was in her 80s and had a way of moving through life with energy that put people half her age to shame. Every morning, Margaret would take a stroll through her garden, stopping to admire her roses and chatting with anyone who passed by. "It's not about how far I walk," she'd tell me with a smile. "It's about showing my body some love." Those short, gentle walks kept her strong and gave her a sense of peace that carried her through the day. You don't need strenuous exercise to feel the benefits of movement. A short walk, light stretches, or even dancing to your favorite tunes can do wonders. The more consistent you are, the better you'll feel. Less stiffness, more energy, and a sense of freedom. For women like you who've spent a lifetime caring for others, it's time to give that care back to yourself. Movement isn't just about staying physically healthy. It's about feeling capable and alive. It's about proving to yourself that age doesn't have to define your strength or spirit. So take that first step, literally. Whether it's a short walk, a yoga video, or even some time tending to your garden, every bit of movement counts. Your body deserves that love, and you'll feel the difference in both your mind and spirit. 5. Embrace a meaningful morning ritual. After you've taken a moment to stretch and move your body, there's something deeply grounding about creating a morning ritual that feels uniquely yours. For women who've spent much of life balancing responsibilities and caring for others, a meaningful morning ritual is like a small gift to yourself, a moment to pause, reflect, and set the tone for the day ahead. For me, it's a simple cup of tea. Every morning, I take the time to brew it just the way I like. As the water boils, I savor the quietness of the house. When the tea is ready, I sit by the window, letting the warmth of the cup settle into my hands as I watch the world slowly wake up. Sometimes I hear the birds outside or notice the way the sunlight filters through the trees. It's in those moments that I feel most connected to myself. One woman I once knew, Clara, shared how her morning ritual became her sanctuary. Each day, she would light a small candle, close her eyes, and take a few deep breaths before writing down her intentions for the day. "It's my time to listen to myself," she told me. "It reminds me that I deserve care and attention too." Your morning ritual doesn't need to be elaborate, it just needs to feel personal. Maybe it's a quiet moment with a favorite book, a prayer of gratitude, or simply sitting in stillness while the rest of the world rushes by. It's a practice that allows you to focus on what truly matters and reconnect with the present. These small rituals remind you that each day is a fresh start, filled with possibility. They help you approach the day not with stress or obligation, but with a sense of calm and intention. So tomorrow morning, take a little time just for you. You've earned it. 6. Get outside for fresh air. After grounding yourself with a meaningful morning ritual, there's something even more rejuvenating waiting just beyond your front door. Fresh air. For women like you who've spent so much of life indoors, whether raising families, working, or tending to a home, stepping outside offers a simple but powerful way to reconnect with the world and with yourself. I've always believed that nature has a way of healing us. There's a small park near my house, and every morning I take a slow walk along the path. It's not about exercise or hitting a step goal. It's about feeling the warmth of the sun on my face and hearing the birds sing. Some mornings the air is crisp and cool. Other days it carries the scent of flowers blooming nearby. These little experiences remind me that life's beauty is all around us if we take a moment to notice. One of the most inspiring women I've known, Helen, was in her 70s when she discovered the joy of gardening. She told me that being outside, with her hands in the soil, made her feel connected to something bigger. "Even if I'm just sitting on my porch, watching the world go by, I feel lighter," she said. "It's like nature whispers that everything will be okay." As you grow older, getting outside isn't just a luxury, it's a necessity. Sunlight helps your body create vitamin D, which is vital for bone health and mood. The sights, sounds, and smells of nature reduce stress and bring clarity to a busy mind. Even a few minutes outside, sitting on a bench or strolling through your yard, can lift your spirits. So take a moment today to step outside. Let the fresh air fill your lungs and remind you of life's simple pleasures. Nature's beauty has no age limit, and it's waiting to embrace you. 7. Surround yourself with beauty. After spending time outdoors soaking in nature's beauty, why not bring that same sense of wonder into your home? As someone who has seen how small touches can transform a space, I've learned that surrounding yourself with beauty isn't about extravagance. It's about creating an environment that lifts your spirit and reminds you of what matters most. I remember visiting my late sister's home and noticing how she filled it with simple yet meaningful things. Fresh flowers in a vase, photographs of her family, and little trinkets from her travels gave every corner a sense of warmth. "These aren't just decorations," she told me once. "They're reminders of the love, memories, and moments that make life special." It's a lesson I carry with me to this day. For women in your golden years, creating beauty in your surroundings is a way to honor the life you've built. Whether it's arranging flowers, displaying cherished photos, or hanging a painting that brings you joy, these small details can turn a house into a sanctuary. Even something as simple as a cozy throw blanket or a favorite candle can make your space feel more comforting and personal. Beauty doesn't need to stay indoors either. Perhaps you plant a few flowers outside your window or set up a comfortable chair on your porch where you can watch the sunset. These small gestures remind you to slow down and savor the moment. Your home should be a reflection of your journey, a space where you feel at peace and inspired. Surrounding yourself with beauty is not just about aesthetics. It's about nurturing your soul. Let your surroundings remind you of life's richness and the joy that still lies ahead. 8. Learn something new. Every day, after creating a beautiful space to nurture your soul, why not give your mind the same care? One of the greatest joys in life, no matter your age, is the thrill of learning something new. It keeps your mind sharp, your days interesting, and your spirit youthful. I'll admit, I wasn't always open to learning in my later years. There was a time I thought, I've lived this long, what else could I possibly need to know? But then my granddaughter, in her early 20s, convinced me to try watercolor painting. I laughed at the idea, me holding a paintbrush. But she sat me down, handed me the paints, and showed me how to create simple strokes. At first, my attempts were far from masterpieces, but something about the process lit a spark in me. It reminded me that it's okay to be a beginner and that there's beauty in trying. As women who have spent decades mastering so much, caring for loved ones, building homes, and navigating life's challenges, it's easy to forget the joy of being curious. Learning doesn't have to mean going back to school or taking formal classes. It could be as simple as trying a new recipe, reading about a place you've never visited, or asking a younger family member to show you how to use a new piece of technology. Each day is an opportunity to explore, to stretch your mind in a new direction. It's not about perfection or achieving something grand. It's about staying curious and engaged with the world. Trust me, the spark of discovery will make you feel alive in ways you never expected. You're never too old to grow, and the adventure of learning is one that never has to end. 9. Reflect at the end of the day. After spending your day learning something new or savoring small joys, there's nothing quite like taking a quiet moment at the end of the day to reflect. For women who have lived rich, full lives, reflection is a powerful way to connect with the lessons, memories, and victories of the day. It's a chance to pause and appreciate just how far you've come. Each evening, I sit by the window with a cup of tea, letting my thoughts settle. I ask myself, what brought me joy today? What could I have done better? These quiet moments aren't about perfection, but about appreciating the small victories and lessons of the day. I remember my mother, a wise and gentle woman who kept a journal by her bedside. Each night, she would write a few sentences about her day, no matter how ordinary it seemed. I asked her once why she did it, and she smiled, saying, "Every day holds a little wisdom, but if you don't take the time to notice it, it slips away." I didn't understand her fully then, but now those words resonate deeply. For women in your golden years, reflection isn't just about looking back, it's about honoring the present. It helps you focus on what truly matters, relationships, self-care, and the progress you've made, no matter how small. It's also a way to let go of the day's worries, freeing your mind to rest peacefully. So tonight, take a moment for yourself. Whether it's jotting down a thought in a notebook or simply sitting in stillness, allow yourself to reflect on the beauty of your day. You'll find that even the quietest moments hold extraordinary meaning. 10. Embrace small acts of kindness. As you reflect on your day, one thing that always stands out is the impact of kindness, both given and received. For women who have spent a lifetime caring for others, small acts of kindness can feel as natural as breathing. But as we grow older, those little gestures take on a new meaning, offering a sense of connection, purpose, and joy. I'll never forget a time when I was feeling a bit lost, unsure of how to brighten my own day. On a whim, I decided to bake cookies and deliver them to my neighbor, an elderly widow who rarely left her house. The smile on her face when she opened the door was unforgettable. We ended up chatting for an hour, and I left feeling lighter and happier than I had in weeks. That day taught me that kindness is a gift you give yourself as much as you give to others. For women in your golden years, kindness doesn't have to mean grand gestures or exhausting efforts. It's in the little things, a phone call to a friend who's been on your mind, a handwritten note to thank someone, or even a warm smile to a stranger. These simple actions can ripple outward, creating warmth and connection in ways you may never fully see. And don't forget to be kind to yourself. Many of you have spent years putting others first, and it's easy to forget that you deserve the same compassion you extend to those around you. Allow yourself to rest when you need it, forgive your mistakes, and celebrate your own efforts. Kindness in all its forms is a reminder that we're never alone. It ties us together, lifting not only the people we touch, but also our own spirits. So tomorrow, look for one small way to show kindness. You'll find it makes the world and your day a little brighter. 11th, celebrate your achievements. Kindness has a way of lifting your heart, but there's another gift you can give yourself, recognizing how much you've already accomplished. As women who've lived through countless seasons of life, you've carried responsibilities, overcome challenges, and left a legacy in ways that are truly worth celebrating. I learned this lesson from a dear friend, Mary, who always seemed to diminish her own achievements. She'd talk about raising her family or volunteering in her community as if they were things anyone could do. One day, I reminded her of how much she'd given to the people around her, her unwavering support, her wisdom, her strength. Tears welled in her eyes as she realized how those small, consistent acts had shaped lives. She later told me, "I didn't think about it that way before, but now I'm proud of what I've done." For many women in your golden years, it's easy to focus on what's left undone rather than all you've accomplished. But take a moment to look back. Think about the families you've nurtured, the friendships you've built, the careers you've pursued, and the challenges you've faced with grace. Every wrinkle, every scar, every gray hair is a mark of strength and resilience. Celebrating your achievements doesn't mean you have to throw a big party. It's about honoring the milestones, big and small. Maybe it's flipping through photo albums to relive cherished memories or reflecting on a moment when you overcame a difficult time. Those moments are part of your story, a story worth treasuring. You've earned the right to be proud. Life hasn't always been easy, but you've endured, grown, and thrived. So today, take a moment to celebrate who you are and the incredible journey you've traveled. You are living proof that a life well lived is something to be cherished, one milestone at a time. 12th, nourish your body with love. As we celebrate the achievements that have shaped our lives, let's not forget the one thing that carries us through every step of our journey: our bodies. For women like you, who have given so much to others, it's time to show yourself the same care by nourishing your body with love. I remember a conversation I had with my wife when she was in her 70s. She started adding more fresh fruits and vegetables to her meals, not because she had to, but because she wanted to feel her best. "I deserve to feel good," she said with a smile. Those simple choices gave her energy, lifted her mood, and made her feel more connected to herself. Nourishing your body doesn't mean giving up your favorite treats. I'll never part with my love of chocolate. It's about finding balance and listening to what your body needs. A colorful plate of fresh foods, plenty of water, and an occasional indulgence can make all the difference. When you take care of your body, you're honoring the incredible vessel that has carried you through life's ups and downs. Treat it with kindness, and it will reward you with strength and vitality to enjoy the moments that matter most. As we've explored these 12 habits, I hope you see how small, intentional actions can bring joy, peace, and purpose to your golden years. Whether it's starting your day with gratitude, finding laughter in life's imperfections, or simply stepping outside for fresh air, every moment is an opportunity to embrace the beauty of this stage of life. Now it's your turn. Try one of these habits today and share how it feels. Let me know in the comments which resonated with you, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more wisdom. Remember, happiness starts with the little things. Keep spreading joy.